this summer to further evaluate the issues addressed in these 12 questions. And that lets them know should they have any further questions, they can contact us. Phil, is that everything?
Everything. Would you let me expand on this money thing a minute?
Absolutely.
Jay just said we're going to get about $1.4 million, probably close to $1.4 million this year. And we talked to you about we're spending about a little over $1 million, $1.1 million at the most. But the difference is like $300,000 real quick per year. It'll be sitting in this fund, this dedicated fund. But I'm a little worried when the state gets a little bit short that something will come along sometime. I'm an old budget director. In fact, I've done it.
Not to our fund.
Not to, way long time ago. And some of these monies. So keep in mind with your legislators that make sure those funds stay there, and that if they ever want to mess with them and transfer them over here to do something else, to pay something else, you don't think that's a good idea. Okay? Let's keep your money where it is. Otherwise, we want to reduce the fee. So anyway, make sure that if that comes up, money comes up at all, you say, wait a second, now we're paying for our own, there's excess money in there, we want to keep it in that fund for future use. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
You said there are 3 things the money in that dedicated fund can be spent on. What are those 3 things?
Personal services, which is the payroll within the department for the program. Contract services, which is us conducting the training and equipment.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's in the house today.
I'm sorry.
Governor Daniels here today.
Thank you. I did want to make sure that we clarified that. I'm not sure what y'all's schedule is. Some of you may want or need to get back home when you're done. Once we get over there, like I said, try to hook up with your legislators. Both the House and the Senate are to be in session today, so you can go to the gallery if you wish and just watch for a while or roam the halls, whatever works for you. Lunch is on your own. If you do have these surveys filled out, bring them back to us. We'll probably, where are you going to be? In your badges. Where are you going to be? Outside the Senate? Hanging out in front of the Senate chambers somewhere. Find Kim and turn those into them, to her. If you are able to hang out this afternoon, Governor Daniels is going to be meeting with us about 3 o'clock. I don't think he's in the building this morning. He's got a meeting, but he'll be available at 3 o'clock, and we'd love to meet with us. So let's meet near the rotunda right about 3 o'clock. His office is just southeast of there, and depending on how many of us there are, we'll either be going in his office or he'll come out and speak with us. About 3 o'clock. Thank you for reminding me that it's important. And I would encourage any of you that can to wait until then to hang out, because it's always a neat opportunity to chat with the governor. He generally enjoys talking about motorcycles. So like that. If you want or need to see it, here is Senate Bill 31 in its current version. Some other things that we're watching just to make sure they don't go anywhere. House Bill 1175 deals with mini trucks, those little Asian imports. They're trying to make sure that those become street legal and registrable in Indiana. Right now they're not, technically, even though one passed my house yesterday with a license plate on it.
I saw that.
No, it's not supposed to be because they're registering it. It goes through DMV. Now, ATVs, that's a whole different story, but ATVs and stuff.
As street vehicles.
Well, they're not supposed to, but they obviously are in Fountain County as well. But anyway, they're trying to get that cleaned up. I don't know that it's going anywhere. It's a little slow moving right now. There were 4 different bills introduced that had to do with golf carts and allowing them on streets. I think they're all dead right now. Senate Bill 68 was to allow sales of motorcycles on Sunday. Indiana blue laws, you can't sell alcohol for carryout. You can't sell automobile or a motorcycle legally on a Sunday. It's an old blue law. It dates back to where, Phil?
The 50s.
Yeah. I think that they did it as a religious type thing. Then people should have a day off this weekend, and so they just said you can't do it. And it's just existed that way, and the car dealers kind of like it because they give them a day off. Yeah. If it's available, you say, well, you don't have to be open. Well, I do if he's open because I got to compete with him. So they aren't really in favor of it. There's only one dealer I think that's really pushing it right now. It didn't even get a hearing. We don't necessarily have a position on it, but anytime the word motorcycle is mentioned, we're going to watch it real close to make sure nothing gets tagged in there that we don't want, or to see where it goes. Another golf cart bill, House Bill 1078. 1292 and 1293 House bills deal with driver education, rider education, and truck driver licensing. They aren't going to get heard this session either, but that sort of ties into what we're talking about doing in the summer study. Here's one for off-road vehicles, 3, 4, 6 wheels, so it's like the Gators and the Mules and the Polaris stuff, be used on streets related to construction. This I just brought because it's one of the thickest bills this session. The budget bill, when it comes out, is usually 1,000 pages, give or take. This is only 168 pages. But this is the type of stuff we deal with. You know, I still contend that anything more than 10 pages is hiding something. If you can't say it in 10 pages, it's because you're trying to hide something. When the budget bill comes out, they call bills like that Christmas tree bills because people hang everything on them. They just keep putting the stuff in there, and by the time it's all said and done, nobody knows what's in there. And that's how we got burnt a couple of years ago with the spinal cord and brain injury thing. We had that thing kicked out 3 different times, and it resurfaced in the conference room. Any questions? You understand sort of where we're at? The biggest thing we're looking at right now is Senate Bill 31. We want to make sure that's successful this session. It's already through the Senate, so when you talk to your senator, thank them. Say thank you for your support, unless your senator is one of 10 that didn't support it. Then kicked them in the shins. When you're talking to your representative, let them know that this will be coming, and we'd appreciate their support on it. And the other things are just addressing future issues, rider education and motorized bicycle. So, if there are no questions, we'll gather up our things and head that way. Again, we'll walk down Ohio. Oh, you've got the survey thing, right? Can you address that for us? Tell us what they need to do.
If anybody has 2 names written on one survey, you need more surveys on it. So you're going to go meet with 2 or 3 different people, and you just got one sheet, you need more. They each get their